have a new leader.
Bienvenidos a todos, bienvenue à toutes et à tous, welcome to all of you. This is the Grand Prix GNP Seguros with the best combinations in the world. We start with H&M Luna van het Ruitershof Z by Levisto Z and Antina, and he has been in incredible form these 2 weeks at La Cia. Representado Belgica for the Belgian Tricolore La Belgique, H&M Luna van het Ruitershof Z and Nicola Philippaerts.
So Nicola to go first, and highly experienced rider, championship rider for Belgium, has been over here for a number of weeks now, competed in the US and went very well in Tryon as well, and has had a string of top 10 finishes here in Monterey as well to add to that list as well. So Gregory Bordeaux, our course designer here, the man who was alongside Santi Varela, the course designer for the Paris Olympic Games this year as well, and returns here to La Cia now to give us a little tour of the course, and hopefully the first that clears, we'll see. 82 seconds time allowed around the track here. 160 wall comes up early on. First two gives them plenty of space to get in the rhythm. Here comes the third, then the blue wall. And there's a long alleyway to complete. Stacked house again here in La Cia, watching the Grand Prix. Lovely start for Nicola. And this super 12-year-old mare by Levisto. .155. Oxus takes them down to the water. Again, he's given them a good bit of a run down to La Cia fence the next. Golden poles on there, not so easy to get a lock onto, but they do it so fantastically now. Just clips the back bar there. They'll loop back now to a line in front of Hospitality. Little plank up there. Stays there, but doesn't shake it off. Going to leave him just on the 4:78.22. And so just the one down for Nicola Philippaerts and H&M Luna. Just a blank space, I'm afraid, against the zero. It's going to take them on to full faults with one down here, leaving air over that 160 wall. And moves us on to Jens Baackmann. Another of the Europeans who's made the trip over here to the series of Mexican shows. He's had a very good run here, in fact, with Lorenz. 9-year-old Holsteiner by Livelo. Top 10 in the Grand Prix last week as well. Start for them. Also competing in San Miguel de Allende and of course the opening stage of the Mexican Fall Tour in Jalapa. 160 vertical there over the water tray. Down off the water. Should give them time there as well to just adjust if they wish, but I think they'll generally come down on that. It's a little quieter to this triple combination. Major League fence there with the four elements, four sticks to it. And coming well down the final line, 83.79 will get him inside the time. Jens Baackmann and Lorenz. looking good for the German early on, just our second to go. So he's shown terrific consistency so far throughout the tour. Now we're going to the world number one, as you can see the list of accolades against, including currently holding the World Cup title. World champion in 2022 when we were there in Denmark as well. And this time with Minuteman, the 10-year-old by Vigo das Way, which actually was a World Championship winning horse with Philippe Lejeune. 2010 in Kentucky. She had a mare by Montenda. For the world number one. Been a terrific addition to this Mexican tour. Tokyo Olympic gold medalist. But it's been a real opportunity here to build some horses like Minuteman through here well. Good experience in the 5 stars. Just a little away from the European spotlights. Also had Glamour Girl competing here too. Man finishing 3rd in the Grand Prix in San Miguel as well. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rail for them. Stacked house watching here in La Silla now for the Grand Prix. Just cut down nicely to the fence after the water on this former ride of Willem Greve of the Netherlands. This has been the first time he's had this horse out at the FEI shows. So it's a very, say much building partnership, but actually it's been a great opportunity for them again on the wonderful turf arenas here in Mexico too. Plenty of space, plenty of chance to grow. Give me a little bit of time there as well. Finishing on 7 at 84.18 for Henrik von Eckermann this time and Minuteman. And just trying to build up a little firepower around him right now with King Edward, of course, who's led the charge, but he's also got to have the backup to that as well. And he's got a real cavalry group he's building up. Emanuele Camilli, Odense Odeveld, so close to winning the Grand Prix here last week. Dara Kenny getting ahead of him. The Olympic rider for Italy. And the 10-year-old by De Montesemi. A superb class rider. Really been his standout year so far. Son-in-law of Paul Schockemöller. Finished 21st in the Paris Games. Individually there. So second here just last week. So it's actually come out purely for this La Silla group of 5 stars. After that super group of shows previously in Jalapa and San Miguel. Really done a great job in looping the 4 shows together as a tour. He's got another good chance this week. Little blank on top there. 81.66, we'll see him bring it home. Emanuele Camilli looking to go back to the top of the leaderboard again. Jens Baackmann, 83.79 from him. Saw him have the 2 time faults there from that point of view, so that put him out of the running. But remember, it's top 12 to come back, so you never know. The way this class is running this week, slightly different format to last week. Top 12 to return. Shane Sweetnam, Kumbella. They could be back for the next round, but Jens Baackmann with 2 time faults, that would obviously be a big part of the equation. Emanuele Camilli will start on a much stronger footing on a 0 score. Shane Sweetnam and Kumbella. Shane, former winner of the Grand Prix in San Miguel de Allende last time around as well. It was bred by Cornet de Lee, Argentinian bred in fact, for the Irishman. A return in reverse order for the second round as well. Just moving it up across the water. Winner of the American Gold Cup for a second time a few weeks ago with James Can Cruz. That was in Traverse City. Headed down as part of the Major League series of shows for last week and this. Actually a very strong group of riders coming early on in this GNP Seguros Grand Prix. So we'll be surprised to see a few clears coming early on. Total of about 38 in the first round. Looking good, 81.98. Time allowed of 82 seconds, so goes close to that. 0.02 of a second away from a time fault. But either way, it all comes out the same way in the wash, so it's clear for Shane and clear for Emanuele Camilli. But like I say, slightly different rules this week. Top 12 to return. That's the original plan. Now Janika Sprunger and Howley, the 10-year-old by Emerald. The Swiss medalist, partner of Henrik von Eckermann. Still looking good for Janika. Started off the tour well, top 3 in Jalapa. Not going to finish it in quite the same way, unfortunately. Back in the swing of things. Unfortunately, that's what it's been plotted out to try and catch you on. Well, time to add as well. 10 for time, total of 23, 92.70 for Janika Sprunger this time around. Takes a little bit of a longer shot there. The vertical after the water. Zoe Conter coming up next. Of the Europeans taking full advantage of this Mexican tour. As you can see, she had a whole string of early success in young riders. So some good runs down in Wellington before now. They've really been coming out well in this tour as well. Finished very well through the 2-star series of classes as well, but has also stepped up well in the 5 stars. He's had some good rounds out of that so far. Finished well in the 3-star week in San Miguel de Allende as well, because they actually had a back-to-back big week as well, 5-star, 3-star. Back to this 160 wall. I can tell you the little copings, little bricks on top are very small. A little bit of verbal encouragement through the double. Left angle up to the 160 Liverpool at the next. Gives them plenty of room to get at the water. But again, that also just gets you a little light there. She did a very good job at holding him off the vertical at the final throws. That just really gets the steam up as well. A little bit quiet coming in there. And it just all starts to compact the problem. Hesitant on the first, and then of course they're struggling at the second. Again, all the mod material just all drops away. Now first the big challenges for Mexico. World Championship rider, Olympic rider. Silver there from the Pan American Games in Lima. Patricio Pasquel, Chacalupies. Roll by Diablo Blanco for Patricio. Something about success with the fantastic Babel, but has been again showing several top 10 finishes through the fall shows. Spent much of the summer in Calgary. Spruce Meadows out on the grass there. Seconds. You're just going to have to be a little bit careful with the time here. Plenty of space to make it up though. Oh no. Well, not going to matter. They determined that as a jump, but I'm not sure what his strategy is going to be from there. Whether he's just giving a pat and a thank you very much. Would look like it. But we'll see. We get an arc. So retiring there, Patricio Pasquel. and Chakalu PS. Richard Howley, Zodiac du Buisson Z. Terrific start for him to the Mexican Tour with the Grand Prix win in Jalapa. Super start for him on the younger ride, the 9-year-old Zodiac. VDL's the Rocco Blue. Richard, based in the UK, actually competed in the World Cup finals this year in Riyadh. It's coming along nice. He started with those classes with Jenny Kuhnler of Ireland. Goes on well down to the water. The Irish Nations Cup rider again. Several have got to this point coming in well. Just doesn't quite make it through the triple combination. Sameh El Dahan on the podium last week here in Monterey. He's made a switch this time. WKD Toronto this time around for the British rider, the 11-year-old Irish-bred horse by Tornesh. Sameh, former winner of Paris Grand Prix, the Spruce Meadows Grand Prix. British team rider now. Oh, it just has to make a little reach there, and it's not enough. Well, it doesn't now for Sameh, looking to just get a good experience out of the tail end of this. Not so wide in that Oxer. Stronger one on the way out, just gives a little bump there. Brings them home at 82.63 and is going to put them one for time. Score of 9 there, gave it every effort to try and get across that Oxer again. It just sort of feels a longer run for them through there. Carlos Hank Guerreiro next for Mexico. the Paris Olympian for the Mexican squad. Went so well here last week as too. A super run in America, and notably in Ocala early this season as well. Age 5, Porthos Maestro, WH said. 10-year-old by Picasso said. Such a terrific run through young riders now, 24 years of age. It's very much in the heat of the senior ranks. Top 3 twice here last week. On Prix-wise, just jumping for the 4 faults. And the same rider finishing 13th 7 days ago. Well, can they do it again? Go to the clear and to the top. To the number 1 in San Miguel, the 5-star class is there. A really good run that week, actually. Just awaiting the one course. And they can pick up the cancer. There we go. It'll be interesting to see how they come out this week. A really good class, the previous class in the 2-star. That's also a good confidence boost. Almost just cutting down a little short coming into that double, but gets away with it. Full up to height vertical here. They can get a sniff of water. Or just anchoring them down afterwards. And you'll see the best ones just extend over the water, not making a big hurrah of it. Oh, and just land short there as well. Another one to do that. Triple combination, just catching them at this point. Big vertical on the way in. Here we come from the Clip My Horse Oxa. Some more Salame Farca to go now. So nice, the 14-year-old by Contagos. Step up for them this week. Jumped in the 2-star last week. It's really a step up for this pair. They've competed in World Cups before now together in Mexico. Puebla, the venue. In fact, he was second in that World Cup earlier this year. It was back in January. just lands a long way in and just not able to get themselves off the vertical on the way out. Back to it. Want to be strong in, but then no. Not happening this time. Unfortunately, elimination there for Simon this time. Here's a little look back at Carlos Hank Guerreiro. There we go. Here they come. Just looks like where they landed. They've got a long way to get to that. Quite on the way in there at 150, 160. Spreads 8.10. Not to be. Juan Bautista Pidutti to go next, and Bali Patrick Tangelo. How to do it. We would have been together since tail end of last year, almost this time last year. Here in Lecia, jumping 2 stars at that point. So a little look at the water, takes off the pace. Gets himself some nice space to the vertical. He's got to get the engine going again. Just the plank catching them in the end. Yeah, good at the last, 81.90, finishing on, well, actually that is going to drop as well. It's already got away with that. So 8.81.90 for Juan Bautista Pidutti of Argentina. That's from the previous combinations. Erynn Ballard to floor the third Z, Santa Rosa. The rider of the World Top 20 Cheers tried to sneak that turn a little bit too tight. Catches a rail early on for them. Like I say, top 12 to go through, so there's still some money to be made here, and again it's worth, if they have had a fence, I mean, it's not so easy to speed up around here. You've got to get it done, but you've got to try and protect the score a little bit, not lead to a second, because you might still have a chance of going through. And it's not going to be this time 86.06 because it's going to be plus some time as well. Total of 13 there for De Fleur and Erynn Ballard of Canada. US rider Eve Jobs, Pan Am bronze medalist, Nations Cup rider for the USA. There we go, High Point VDL. Fourth individually, just missed the medals individually actually in 2019 at the Pan American Games. World Cup finals in 2019 as well. A very good run in Wellington this year. Not done too much over the summer. Vancouver for some of August, and then really now getting back into the real grit of being a part of the sport. A little bit of time away. Wasn't her top priority. Is now very much in the groove, but an early fence for her. But an early fence, like I say, can it's not ideal, but it can almost help you a little because you know you want to keep pacey, but it's not so easy around here to turn up the speed without having another fence down. It's not that type of course. Watch over the water. Just again, just travelling just a little bit too much. Trying to anchor it down. It's got a little bit of time as well, just got a little stretched out in places. Total of 15, 84, 48, 15 for Eve Jobs and High Point VDL. Actually good to see Eve in there into the 5 stars again. I think that's her first 5-star back for quite a while. To the Grand Prix. So, Agustin Lera and Kedar. Not keen on the wall. Some. This is going to be a step up from maybe where they've been. Just flicks that out. Now Agustin getting things back going again. Wait. No. Just couldn't anchor it down enough. And again, it's, like I say, you watch a Marcus Aining jump the water and he would just literally extend, bring it back as if it's, you know, so much in the flat work. And it's just all unraveling here, unfortunately. Like I say, it is a step up for them. Certainly on everything they've done in 2024. Completes though, Agustin Lera and Kedar get home. Well, seen Zoe Conter, sister Emilie now. Again, similarly has a strong record through young riders. She's, 24 years of age now, so has stepped out of that group. With a couple of seasons outside the young rider barrier now. Finished second in the three-star Grand Prix in San Miguel. In fact, San Miguel, Emilie Conter. Portabella van der Fruitkopf. Now with the 9-year-old by Bameko de Muse. She finished top 10 as well in the Grand Prix of Jalapa. But those were on Trixie Z. Actually, with just 4 faults for top 10 in the Rolex Grand Prix in Dublin. Second in the Grand Prix in Šamorín in Slovakia. Back into August as well. Just gets a little touch of that 160 Vertikov. Another one just trying to slow the pace after the water, but not enough. Nice and quiet down there, really uses the horse's ability. On 4. Overall good round, 81.78, just the one down there for Emilie Conter this time. And Portabella. It wasn't much of a touch. Bliss Heers to come up next for the USA. USA previously Grand Prix winner. Before now in San Miguel de Allende. Now Bliss with Quality Star Z. 11-year-old by Quality Time. So 2-on-0 score, top 12 to return. Shane Sweetnam and Emanuele Camilli, the 2 clears. Jens Baackmann on 2 faults, 4 falters, 4 of those. Nicola Philippaerts, Richard Howley, Juan Guerreiro and Emilie Conter. So they look a good chance of being back again yet. Just unfortunately doesn't get the punch across the first of the oxes going into the double there. Pair that jumped the Grand Prix here last week as well. gives a good opportunity to get some regular exposure through week after week of the big shows here. Adding 2 more down that line also proving costly. Catching a few, not that wide, just over 140. I think it is in the Oxer in the middle, but they're an early tumble for them and just having to really work to get through that double. Martina Franco. Such a good week last week when she won the 2-star Grand Prix. Flew round to win that. Claire, 188 this time. Demerara the ride last week to win that 2-star Grand Prix. It's a load through the wall, unfortunately. To Europe to jump some of the shows during the summer in Deauville and in Chantilly in France. A little bit hesitant, but now we need to get the drive going here because this is a decent size Oxer to get across, and we're nearly pull it off. Now we're getting back into the groove. No. Wouldn't see the water that often. Just a little push off of the wall, but again, all nothing too serious. That one's a bit more of a hi-ho silver, but unfortunately not to be. Arturo Parada. West de Marais. This 10-year-old French bed was by Cannon. Guys like Baackmann before now, he's been top 3 in the Grand Prix of Puebla in the World Cup there. He's gone very well here before now as well. Well, it worked. No, it didn't. As a 4 comes on the scorecard. Another 4 goes on the scorecard. Only score of 8, okay for time, 80.60, but 2 down, 8 faults. Still in the top 12 at the moment, but again would be coming in with a certain disadvantage of 2 fences. Sweetnam, Emanuele Camilli, the 2 clears at the moment of the 12 that return. Jens Baackmann's on the 2 faults, Nicola Philippaerts on 4, Richard Howley on 4, Hank Guerreiro 4, Emilie Conter on 4. They're still in the frame, as is Henrik von Eckermann, but on 7. Patricio Pasquel Poo now, and Serengat. Notice that his father is also ridden in the top level. Now for the only recently 21-year-old. She rode at the Young Rider Championships this year on another. He's a little swap around with Dad too, with Caba Blue. To finish in silver there, just as a little look at the wall. Just trying to lower the temperature there coming into the opposite, but left them with quite enough to get across it or into it. Wonderfully experienced horse, 18 years of age now, but again, good one to have as schoolmaster to get used to this level. They only just turned 21. He's only a few years older than the horse. Well, it'll take him to 16 with a little bit of time added as well. 83.45, 18 in total for Patricio Pasquel Poo there, and Serengat this time around. Federico Fernandez, probably the most experienced of the Mexican group. Fedi's got a good solid record in the big Grand Prix. He's certainly has filled the podium on a number of occasions. A hugely experienced Olympic rider, like I say, he's been one of their very best. His Olympic record going back to Athens in 04, right the way through to Paris on the squad this year as well. Pan Am Games last year. Finished top 5 with Romeo in the Grand Prix of Jalapa as well. Also on that team that were second in the Aachen Nations Cup this year. 19 by Lando. Works well to get over the vertical after the water. Now time to keep a cool head. Skip. 2 time allowed, not going to get there. It's a very good effort, the wall goes up, but it's going to be time. 3 time, 84.33. He's going to be in the frame, but he's going to be carrying 3 faults in the mix. Jean Perez, Braun now, and Gigi Carmen. 30-year-old by Bacardi VDL. He's won a range of classes, superb against the clock as well. Actually, the horse he rode at the Pan Am Games last year too has stepped up to be a good Grand Prix ride. He's moved on from just being the speed horse in the string. He was a little quirky earlier on, has somewhat settled down now. James winning in Spruce Meadows over the summer on the 4. Again, this is a pair, like I say, you've got a natural good bit of pace, so this actually might play into their hands a little bit. Ooh. Yeah. Used to running and jumping. Have to wait now, though. It's big on the way in. And again, by just holding back, just haven't got the forward push to get through the middle part then. He's actually going to say thank you by the looks of the hand going up. Antonio Mara now and Aircraft 1. 10-year-old by Arezzo Vidial as well. Previous Pan Am bronze medalist. World Championship rider in Kentucky. Drops a rail there. Okay, interesting. For whatever reason, decides to pull up at that point. Winner earlier on today in the two-star Grand Prix, Eduardo de Menezes, and well, different ride this time, hot and spicy. 12-year-old mare by Zento for the H5 team. Lovely ride earlier to win. Can he do it again? That's not the draw now. 2019 gold medalist Lima for the Pan American Games. H5 Shaganis back then. Hotly spicy. Quite as exposed. Jumped in the San Miguel 5-star Grand Prix there. But actually, really, this year has been jumping through some of the smaller classes. Now a step up. Climbing up the ladder. Yeah, if they've just got a little bit of error at the first part, it's catching up with them at the second. Going to leave them on 8, 81.26. 2 down for Eduardo de Menezes, and hot and spicy. So where does that leave us at the moment? 8 faults gets them into the top 12 at this point. Federico Fernandez in there on 3, Jens Baackmann on 2. Shane Sweetnam, Emanuele Camilli, the only 2 0 scores so far. Luis Gerardo Castaneda next. Untakeable. 12-year-old by Untouchable. Mexico. Actually finished top 5 in the Grand Prix of San Miguel in October. Encouragement needed in there. It's not quite the power coming out. Quite balanced around the turn. Just about 4 strides up, out, ups the gear. Finished up again. He was just trying to hold off there and just then took away a little bit of the jump from the front end. He's going to come back to it. A little bit of an ask down there. Gets home, completes the score, but not one to be back, I'm afraid, for Luis Castaneda and Untakeable. Finish up a longer way off. Natalie Dean up next, also was in the running of our previous class, went into our top few there as well. For the World Cup finalist. The winning teams this season for the Iron Dames or the Global Champions League. Over in Europe. She's been over in Europe training with Ben Mayer. Crescendo MBZ. 12-year-old by Clinton. Natalie on the team before now for the US through some big appearances with them, including in Aachen. Originally from San Francisco area, California. Took around the Grand Prix here last week for just the 4 faults. And that's going to match that. Get a little bit run away with down to the vertical. Has to take a turn. And look back at the first fence. Andres Azcárraga competing in the individual finals in Paris this year. And again, also part of the team in Aachen. And continues in the family success. So there's Azcárraga now. Father Jaime, who represented Mexico at the Olympic Games on 4 occasions. So he made it in the top 20 through the qualifier and into the final at Paris this year. It was on this horse, by the way. little bit more than a little encouragement to the water. The horse he also rode in the Arca Nations Cup, finishing second there with Mexico. A superb partnership together. A little bit close down there. Good stretch out over the Major League fence. Looking good. Looking very good. And Andrés Azcárraga and Contendros 2 will be one of the few in the frame, starting on a 0 score in round 2. One of 3 now on 0. So joins Shane Sweetnam, Emanuele Camilli. And actually, time-wise, he's the fastest, so he would go last on the 17-year-old Hanoverian. 79.56 from him. This could change things again yet. Daniel Doisa. Went brilliantly last week with Otello de Golden Boom. The Grand Prix qualifier there. Of course, he's a past winner of the World Cup finals. Numerous Olympic game appearances. One of the most talented, prolific winning riders. And this looked a serious horse last week as well. He's been tidily putting away the wins on the Mexican tour after he headed over from success at Spruce Meadows in Canada, including on the winning team there in the Nations Cup. One with this horse at home ground in Brussels, based there at the Stefek Stables. Such a tidy, effective, classical ride. Oh, not many have had that. Well, 4 still gives them a shake at the moment. Remember the score over 2 rounds for the top 12. Could still be in it yet. 81.06 for Daniel Doisa and Otello de Golden Boom. So at the moment that puts them in the top 12 as well. Very tidily in there. In fact, 1-8 falter still in the reckoning at the moment. That's Arturo Parada. Henrik von Eckermann on the 7. 4 falters in there. Emilie Conter, Daniel Doisa, Carlos Guerreiro, Richard Howley, Nicola Philippaerts, Federico Fernandez on 3. Jens Baackmann on 2. And 3 on a 0 score. Lena Haas and Claude. Now for the younger rider who's been making a good impression, went very well in Florida this year to start off her circuit. Again, just 21 years of age. Ran the Grand Prix here last week. There's a rail there. Ran for 8 faults Lost some time. Again, she's really getting some good mileage on the clock here. She's really just started to step up to this. She had a good season out in Calgary, which again was some good exposure for her. Together season and a half really now on this former ride of David Blake of Ireland. A little bit of time to add as well. 83.17, total of 10 for Elena Haas there and Claude this time around. Guerreiro riding for the Lacia team here. Angla LS Lacia, a number of riders over the years that have ridden for the Lacia outfit with amazing success. Some of the best horses in the world. Including the great Top Gun, of course. There's quite a list if you do a little bit of digging there. And again, there's a newer face here in Lacia and competed over in Europe with this horse actually this season a few times. New face to the 5-star level. In fact, they jumped last week in the Grand Prix. Just almost floats through there, unfortunately. So 4 faults still puts you in the frame at the moment. It's still a long way from here to get home. Just comes nice and tidily through that triple combination. Got a chance. Ugh. Took a shot at the last and it was not the one they quite wanted. A little bit of a stretch at the finish. Finishes on 8 faults in the end, 81.78. Just having to push there and just took off a longer shot than they wanted down to the final fence. Puts them into 14th and out of the running for a top 12. Down into a final few. He was into the jump off last week. Eugenio Garza and Contago gave it a very good try and just a little off one of the fences. They really tried to make up a brilliant shot to it, but it just didn't quite come off for them on a turn back. But not just one of the most consistent pairings in Mexico, but a global combination. Lovely to watch. Gone brilliantly previously for top 5s in Aachen and Spruce Meadows. for the Pan Am medalist. Rode this horse actually at the Pan Ams last time around in Santiago 2023. So 6th place last week. This was his horse as well in Aachen once again. Finishing in 2nd spot for the team in the Mercedes-Benz Nations Cup. So he lands quietly after the water. No rush and push. That's how to do it. Again, he knows they put their time in places, but then tends to turn up very efficiently. Andreas Azcárraga already flying the flag. He's got the confidence to turn up tight to that plank. And just lovely once again, 82-88. It's going to be one time. He's going to be in there. But it is one time for Eugenio Garza this time around. Just one stride basically equates to around the course. But enough to just put one digit on the board. Christian Durkan Hero said, 9-year-old by Don't Touch TG Hero, out of a mare by Zandor, and this just looks such a lovely combination last week as well with Christian. Again, another who was swept the board in terms of wins in their career, European medals, World Cup champion. Terrific rider to just watch. Producer of young horses on a fantastic scale. Bronze medal Olympian. Finished 4th in the Grand Prix here last week. Just has all the terrific ability produced with Christian. Right the way through the young horse classes back in 2021. So what a come through as a 6-year-old. He could well do it again. He seriously likes this horse, and it's really showing what it can deliver. Just gives him enough time at the last. Doesn't look hurried, doesn't look pressed, and will push on into the jump off. Christian Alman and Durkan Hero Z have another shot at winning the Grand Prix here in Monterrey. Were close last week. Harry Charles. He now Team Olympic gold medalist from Paris, alongside teammates Scott Brash and Ben Mayer. Still 25 years of age. Already he's touched off an Olympic gold. World Cup winner last season in La Coruña. World Championship medalist in Herning 2022. Casco Blue once again. Jumped this horse last week in the Grand Prix as well. This horse 14 years old now, by Chaco Blue. Again last week just jumping for the 4. Again, going into a nice pace, just takes off the pace a little to this big vertical on the way in. If he can stay clear as well, the tail end of this is really starting to build for round 2. He's going to be a little bit close for time. 81.88. Goes clear there for Harry Charles and Casco Blue. Puts him into the frame as well for the Olympic gold medalist. Clear on the cards. Plenty following along. Now last week's winner, Gara Kenny, VDL Cartello. He was 17 years of age now, and as he said, really, this horse has given everything now. So this is a real sort of final roll of the dice. And yesterday it was done with, last week was done with such success. Back-to-back wins here would be something very special and something very lucrative. Again, well over 300,000 in the prize fund here again for the Grand Prix. But that's not going to go his way this week. Well, I say that. 12 go through. Could go through on 4 yet. It will depend on how the clear rounders handle the jump off. I don't think at this level, but that's going to put an end to it. Speculation over. Either way, they've come out of these 2 weeks superbly. Going to be 8 faults this time, 81.33 for Dara Kenny and VDL Cartello. Ignacio Moren. Santiago 2023 competitor as well. Actually finished in 12th place individually with Chiquitos PS. Conchado is the ride today. This 12-year-old by Contagos. Finished top 5 of the 4-star Grand Prix in Guadalajara earlier on this year for the Argentinian. Full faulters still into the second round so far. Daniel Deusser on full faults at 81.06. Carlos Hank Guerreiro on 80.60. We're coming into our final few. Clears. Andres Azcaraga quickest of them at 79.56. Not sure he's going to be faster, even if he leaves them up, than Daniel Deusser's 81.06. Probably going to, he's going to have that anyway. I was going to say he's probably going to add some time here, so that would be academic. So finish on a total of 9:82.94 there for Ignacio Morin and Conchado this time. Carlos Midala. As you can see, previous Olympic Games for Chile. World Championship rider in 2018. Steps up into the 5-star again this week. Been a little bit of a while since that's been on their radar. Blaze of Glory Z. Done well in the Grand Prix so far this year in Mexico, but again he's going to have a circle at the water, so that will basically end that one because he'll lose time there as well. And that will be the bell. So unfortunate elimination there for Carlos Midala of Chile. Blaze of Glory Z as they go out. So Daniel Deusser holds on to the 12th place with I think just one left to go. Gabriela Reuter. The South American Games previously for a medal with her longtime partner Maharis Rock. Jumping here in the 5-star and the 2-star last week. Now Castle OJ. Again, Irish bred horse by Sligo Candy Boy. competing in Calgary throughout the summer months on the turf there. Well, I was going to say this could be an ask today, we will see, but at 4 faults at the first, it's going to be a real push to try and catch the likes of Daniel Deusser to get into the second round, but again, it's going to be good experience for them, hopefully. Again, the opportunity of the fall series to move between the different grades. See how your horse is developing as well. It's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back with any big development. So it's a nice shot at the water there. Good balance run down to the vertical afterwards. Just going to touch the last off as well. Time was inside, all right, 79.53, but a total of 16 for Gabriel Reuter there. And Castle OJ, I think, is the completing combination in round 1 here at the 160 vertical. Like I say, a pairing that haven't done masses at that level, but it's been really this year where they've stepped up to it. And so completes the first round. So Daniel Deusser started off on the 4 faults. We'll run down that list in just a few minutes' time. So let's take a look at those going through to the jump off. They'll go in reverse order of this. So Daniel Deusser goes first. They'll carry those 4 faulters. Nicola Philippaerts, Richard Howley, Carlos Hank Guerreiro, 3 faults. Federico Fernandez, Jens Baackmann on 2. Eugenio Garza just on that single digit. And then into our clears with Shane Sweetnam, Harry Charles, Emanuele Camilli bringing in the clear round section. And that will bring us also to Christian Alman and finally Andres Azcárraga as the clear list there. So 5 of those in the end, and Daniel Deusser starts us off on the 4. So here we go into the second round of today's Monterrey La Silla Grand Prix, sponsored by GNP Seguros. So second round, and it sees 12 through to round 2. So Daniel Doysen starts us off with a Tello de Golden Boom. And this is the winners of the Grand Prix qualifier here last week. So 1, 2, 3, 4A and B. New fences come into play at 15, 16, 17 and 18, basically snaking back across the centre of the arena. He starts on a score of 4, so they carry their 4 faults through from round 1. But this becomes a real game of strategy as well, because the 4 faulters, quick clear here, puts the clear rounders under pressure, because a fence down from them, and things could go in a different direction. There's a chance to really climb up here, or not. So, fence down for Daniel Doysen makes the clear rounders a little more settled. So 4A and B, and it changes around to 15, which is the GNP Seguros fence. Again, a little bit more built as a longer track, being a second round competition. Going in reverse there to 16. And then these 2 new fences, 17 and 18, with that vertical at last for the GNP Seguros vertical at the finishing fence to complete. So 4 in this round, 4 in the previous. 43-7-4 there for Daniel Doysen, and Otello de Golden Boom will come out of it with prize money. So Carlos Hank Guerreiro, H5 Portos Maestro, also starting on a score of 4 for the Paris Mexican squad Olympian. H5 Portos Maestro WHZ by Picasso Z, the 10-year-old for Carlos. Again, same rules apply. We've got a small group there in the middle, then will come in with time faults. And again, for them, really, they can almost put the clock out at their heads, because the time faulters, from that point of view, they just want another clear and sit on the time fault, because going quickly is not going to make any real difference to them at all. For these guys, though, on the 4, almost more of a chance, more of a place difference. Lands out of there in 19. This time going to the right. And he'll get home on the clear, 40.45. So carries the 4 from the first round, Carlos Guerreiro. And H5 Portos Maestro, early leader, but we go in reverse order, so we'll progressively get to the most effective rounds at the tail end, with Andres Azcárraga as the last of that group, with Contendros 2 for Mexico. Richard Howley, winner of the Grand Prix in Jalapa just a few weeks ago, for Pexpan. Zodiac de Busson Z on this 9-year-old. Again, starts on 4 for this gelding by Zirocco Blue. Carlos Hank setting the target for the 4 faults as 40.45. Pulls it behind. So he's going to go to 8 and more. So advantage then to Carlos Guerreiro. And really really doesn't work out there as he just tries to take an inside turn again. Little bit. And they had a big win a few weeks ago, but again, a 9-year-old with a little less experience. Sometimes the communication not quite what they want yet. Zodiac de Buisson said will come out with an overall score of 20. Again, having got into the top dozen, they will at least come away with prize money. Here was the wall. So Nicola Philippaerts next up with his Mexico City Grand Prix winner. The Belgian Olympian. H&M Luna van Reutershoff, the 12-year-old. Carlos Hank Guerreiro at the top, 40.45 on the 4 faults. Can he pull himself out of the pack here and get ahead of them? Get right out of the woods. Get out of all of that traffic around them and get ahead of the field. He's the last of the 4 falters. We're into 3 faults. Federico Fernandez, Jens Baackmann on 2, Eugenio Garza 1. Then the zeros. And as you can see, the plan is go fast this time because you've still always got a chance. So many times in these Grand Prix we've seen somebody lift their way up, even onto the podium with the 4 faults. And they're there again in 19. All tight. This is a very good round, and it's going to be leaving them on the 4 from the first round, 41.59, but it's not quite enough to get ahead of Carlos Hank Guerreiro. He stays in front, 40.45. So Nicola Philippaerts still remains a little further in the trees in second place. Daniel Deusser in third on the 8. But Nicola, you can argue, improves his position, maybe, by giving a little bit of a quick round to let the then clear rounders. Maybe if they make an error, maybe if the time faulters make an error. We will see. Federico Fernandez, Romeo. On 3 time, and like I say, really, strategy here. Inside the time allowed of 50 seconds. Keep yourself at 3. And leave them up. And still be ahead of the 4 faulters. You can't make it any less than 3. Can make it more. And then you're suddenly on the back of all the 4 faulters at that point. Sensible round so far. He is steadier. Like I say, he doesn't need to be quicker than Carlos Hank Guerreiro. He just needs to be clear. Time allowed of 50. Doesn't want to use all of that. 46.65. There we go. Like I say, plays the strategy. So he will move to the top, Federico Fernandez and Romeo. Same for the remaining time faulters, Jens Baackmann and Eugenio Garza. Eugenio in the strong position at the end of the faulters, but then he's waiting for the clear rounders to make a mistake, which with the strength of what they've got there is probably not likely, but could still finish up with a chunk of prize money here. Jens Baackmann of Germany, Lorenz 86, the 9-year-old by Livelo. 2 time faults in the first round. Same thing. Just jump around nicely. Easy to say. If you do that, you stay at the top. If you have a fence, you drop 3-4 places. Just enough to be inside the 50, yeah, 47.86. And so stays on the 2 time for Jens Baackmann and Laurens 86. So he does not need to go to the races, but enough pressure on. What we really don't want to do is then add a time fault, because then he'd be alongside Federico Fernandez and back in his group. But he goes ahead. Now Eugenio Garza needs to do the same. Second in Aachen this year, top 5 on 2 occasions as part of the Rolex Grand Slam with this horse. Spruce Meadows and Aachen. Superb 13-year-old Contago. His Olympic ride. Tidy. These two, it should be, touch wood, right up their street. There is a danger that they cover well. Again, they're coming out of there in 22, 23 as opposed to 19, which is what the 4 falters were. Horse of this ability. Don't drift too far, because time-wise they're going to be all right. 47.78, like I say. So 1 time fault puts him at the top. The 3 time faulters have done exactly what they needed, as I say. They were not under the pressure of going at an upper pace. Now again, they can sit back. They've got 5 left to go. They would rather be in that 5, obviously. 5 left to go. Now they are going to really try and tear at each other to try and make the time here and be a winner. So the chances of them having a fence down increase. Shane Sweetnam, R.R. Kumbela. First of the clears. It's Ireland, Shane Sweetnam, Harry Charles of Great Britain, Emanuele Camilli, Christian Alman, and Andres Azcárraga. So it's a really good 5 to complete. Expect to be seeing him. He's going to be about 19, 20. He's obviously going to be coming tighter to this vertical. Slides over that nicely. Doesn't waste any space. He's got room to run at this. But again, he's not chasing those that are already gone. He's chasing what to come. He's nearly 5 seconds up, 42.83. But again, as I say, that is deceptive because the others weren't chasing the clock. Back further down, we go to the likes of Carlos Hank Guerreiro, who's ran in 40.45. That's the sort of time we're going to be looking at. 41.59 from Nicola Philippaerts. Harry Charles, Casco Blue. First of 4 left to go. Already on the turn. Can be sharp back to this wall. Should jump it well, which they do. Again, he's going to be out of here at about 19. I think a fraction up of that of Shane Sweetnam, maybe. Again, efficient there, just drifts a little now. He's pushing on to the Benorte Oxa final fence. And he's got a chance to get in front. Yes, he does. 41.84. Now, he is the fastest so far. And then I'm going back and comparing that to Carlos Guerreiro on 40.45. Right, second fastest, 40.45 from him. 41.59 from Nicola Philippaerts. So he's back in that territory. But Carlos Hank Guerreiro showed there's just a little bit more of a fraction to turn there. A little bit more to squeeze down. Emanuele Camilli has certainly something to prove here. He was second last week in the Grand Prix. Now a chance of going to the #1 spot. Again. Last week beaten by Dara Kenny. Superb 10-year-old Adens Odeveld that's been impressive this year and last. Ooh, gives it a nudge, but it's going to stay there. Again, out of there in 19. I'm not sure he's going to catch Harry. He's going to give it a go. Oh, he is! 40.88. Just squeezed enough down that final line. Just a tiny fraction to get ahead. 0.16. He didn't maybe look at coming for the Benorte fence, but he really covered the ground towards the end and just squeezes enough. Harry Charles, second. You see here. Harry Charles from a little earlier. Two left to go. Christian Alman, who was in the frame last time around a week ago as well. What an eventual fourth spot. And then Andrés Azcárraga last to go with Contendros 2. Harry Charles, second. Emanuele Camilli, if he pulls this, well, either way, he's had 2 big pickup weeks. Second last week in the Grand Prix. At worst, he's going to be third. Christian Alman and Durkan Hero Z. Very impressive looking 9-year-old. 7. Smooth run. Again, similar time to the rest. It's the last bit of the course they've got to make it. Turn back here to this vertical. They can... Not a lot left to turn back to it. That was very tight. 7. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. 41.34, just a fraction off. Just not able to completely let go down the end, but probably would have put them in the wrong spot anyway. He put them to the spot they needed. But it is into third, in fact, for Christian Alman and Durkan Hero Z. So Harry Charles in second with Casco Blue. Emanuele Camilli, again, at worst is second. Will he go from the number 2 spot last week to the number 1? The one that stands in the way to complete this Mexican Fall Tour is the Mexican rider, Andres Azcárraga, Contendros 2. It's achievable. His teammate, Carlos Guerreiro, was ran in 40.45. Leading time is 40.88. Full arena carries their hopes with him. Great opportunity. Good turn. Keep coming. A little unsteadier there. This is landing well. Time-wise, looking good. Don't drift here. This is the danger of how tight they go to it. Works it. Now you got to go. One from home. One from home. Go on. Go on. Go on. It's enough. Andres Azcárraga and Contendros 2 will bring home and keep it at home the La Silla Grand Prix here in Mexico. A home Mexican win. A wonderful year for him that saw him competing in Paris. And now, this year, lifting one of the biggest Grand Prix. That is to elation, delight, huge family support, an arena full of support. And the cheering and the celebrations are going to go on for quite some time. Andres Azcárraga lifts the Monterrey Grand Prix here in La Silla to complete the 2 weeks. What a fantastic lineup. Emanuele Camilli is second again. Terrific run from him, but takes second. Harry Charles in third with Casco Blue. A big flick back there. They were the quickest ones from round 1, and he just trusted them at the last. Over the line for a home win for Andres Azcárraga here in Mexico for the La Silla Grand Prix, the GNP Seguros Grand Prix. That is one of the biggest wins of their youthful career. Well done to them. Presentation is coming up, and the 17-year-old Contendros 2 delivers once again. Very well done to them. Hope you enjoyed our coverage over the 2 weeks here from Monterrey. That will be something special. That will be a huge celebration, and there will be huge cheers coming up for that celebration party in a minute.
No, dale para acá, güey, dale para acá y van a salvar.
Ok, C2. Ok, ok. Hola, C2. Ahí.
Mutealos ahorita.
Kudos. First of all, we say congratulations to the combination in 5th place. It is Deborah Kumbala for Ireland and Shane Sweetnam in 5th place. In 4th position, Alemania for Germany, it is Durkan Hero Z. Christian is not with us, but it's Durkan Hero Z who receives the lovely treats from our presenting party. In 3rd, pleasure to welcome Calgo Blue for Great Britain and Harry Charles. In 2nd place, per Italia, Odons Odeveld, Emanuele Camilli. But first of all, before we introduce our champion, a special moment. Because of course, here at La Cia, we have the tradition of the hog El Halcón Garifalte. Beautiful moment in our prize giving. El Halcón Garifalte, the hog bringing the ribbon to hand over to the champion. Nuestro ganador, contendros para México, Andrés Azcárraga. What a moment for our champion of the Grand Prix, GNP Seguros, with the very best riders and horses in the world, and a Mexican win here in our final moments of the 2024 edition. Andres, Emanuele, and Harry are going to dismount their horses to take their positions on the podium, with Great Britain in the 3rd place, with Italy in 2nd place, and Mexico on top of our podium. The very, very best in the world of show jumping in an exciting battle. What a Grand Prix this 2nd week. Casco Blue and Great Britain in 3rd place. Your applause for Harry Charles in the 3rd. 2nd, going to Emanuele Camilli in 2nd place with Odons Odeveld. But on top of the podium, Andres, please, it's all yours. Nuestro ganador, Andrés Azcárraga. Wow, 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 wow. Ladies, gentlemen, an international Grand Prix, please, please be upstanding for the national anthem of Mexico, el himno nacional de México. Please all rise and face the flag. Andrés Azcárraga, contendros. What a beautiful moment. A moment for the history books of Concurso de Salto La Silla 2024. Ingeniero Alfonso Romo Garza Guerra is stepping forward as head of the organizing committee of our show, congratulating Harry Charles in the third place. Harry Charles for Great Britain and Casco Blue in thirds. In second place, secondo lugar, Odons Odeveld per Italia, Emanuele Camilli in seconds. And then the beautiful trophy to our champion. He does it for Mexico, Andres Azcárraga. A picture for the history books of Concurso de Salto La Silla 2024. And it's time for more than deserved champagne moments. After such a Grand Prix, what an exciting battle. The best riders and horses in the world. And as last to go in that jump off, it's a Mexican win in the 2024 Grand Prix GNP Seguros. We are going to serve our top three from Andres Azcárraga, Emanuele. Brilliant moments. Harry Charles, Emanuele Camilli, and Andres Azcárraga, Mexico. Wow. A picture that will live for a long time to come in the history of Concurso de Salto La Silla. We say salute, we say cheers to our podium. What a moment. More than deserved champagne. Andres, you are writing history here in La Silla, here in Monterrey. I just have one question for you, in Espanol and in English, as you wish. For our entire team here of Concurso de Salto La Silla, it's been an incredible 2 weeks. The sport has been amazing. The setting is just so iconic. You're writing history. You're winning the Grand Prix for your home country in front of your home crowds. How do you feel? What do you say to the entire organizing team and all of our partners here at La Silla?
Amazing. The organization was top. Winning here my first time, my first Grand Prix, my first 5-star Grand Prix in home nation feels amazing. And to the organization team, you made an amazing job. Congratulations on a top show and bringing amazing riders and a top competition into this country. So thank you so much, and a huevo.
Gracias. Thank you so much indeed. Beautiful words from a beautiful champion. Our top three is going to return to their horses. Harry Charles, Emanuele Camilli, and Andres Azcárraga to his Olympic horse, his Olympic Contendros tour. Because we have arrived at the final moments of the 2024 edition, the final moments of Concurso de Salto La Silla here in Monterrey. It's been an incredible 2 weeks. The best riders in the world, the best horses in the world, and what an iconic setting. And you have been an amazing audience these 2 weeks, every day, in and out. We were gonna hear it one last time for our champions. Harry Charles in thirds, Emanuele Camilli in seconds, but he's writing history as the champion, nuestro ganador para Mexico for the home nation, Contendros, and Andres Azcárraga. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, nuestro ganador para México, Andres Azcárraga. Emanuele Camilli, Harry Charles, and Shane Sweetnam, Ireland. And Andres, one more time, one last time, your champion of the Grand Prix GNP Seguros, México contenders Andrés Azcárraga.
We have a new leader. We have a new